just wanted to listen to this evening night music. It was quite nice to listen to this night music, and that's relaxing, and it's nice. Today it's late evening, and I have felt a little bit off. But what can we say? It's just how it is. And I've been reflecting on what I talked about yesterday, about important messages, important when the truth is about to be said. It's like clearing the air. It's like everything stands still. And the truth is making things stand still, making people, everyone. Because there is a saying that when the truth is told, everybody will have to obey, have to listen, it's when the fact is told, when people in high places will be smashed to smithereens. That's why we need brave people like you. Not like you, because you are coward. You stabbed me when I was doing all these kind of things. But you who don't care so much about what the consequences is. You should care. Everybody cares, and it's how it is when we are considerate of others. We don't want to hurt anybody, yet we are doing it. We don't want to offend anybody, yet we offend. We don't want to be hard, cruel, or angry. But yet we are. We are hard. We are cruel to say the truth. And somehow, sometimes we need to be angry in order to let the message out, because there have been so much resistance to truth be told. All the naysayer, all the fear mongers, and all those warnings that you will get when when you suggest something like truth. Even the advocates that are dealing with criminal persons, they don't really ask for what really happened. What did you really do? Did you do it or not? No. They don't want to go into the case. I think it's like this. The case is for the judgment. The advocates should find reasons why this man either couldn't do it, or if he did it, give a good excuse for not punishing him. I think those things, if you are preoccupied with who did it, who did whatever, who did the crime, it's when they go off board. It's not on the topic. It's not their case to. They will just try to prove that he didn't, she didn't, and to defend the person's rights to the furthest extent. It's very important to defend the person that is in the subject. That's why we can't act like we are giving a penalty by saying the truth. To look for the penalty, to pay back. It's not a payback. The truth will never be a payback. It's for the judges to say the truth. And that is the hardest part, to be a judge. So, but we seem to be very easy on it. When we pass judgment on other people, it seems to be part of our nature. We give it a reason to judge people. I do that. I do it very much because I think that judging is part of my defense. How can I reason that? I don't think there is any reason for judging because you need defense. But you are judging because you also are afraid that you are wrong. Maybe it's not about you at all, but still you are judging. It's only written in the newspaper and people are talking about it, and you find it in your heart to judge. I think part of that is Jesus said something not profound, but he said something that was profoundly human. Judge yourself if you find this is right or not. So obviously part of us being, I have talked about it before, but part of being a human is to judge. Now we are approaching Shabbat, and I think that that part of the judgment should be left to someone else. Maybe out in the space, out in the wilderness, out in the mist, out in the void. Because in the end of the day, we don't really know. We have to ask for forgiveness because we passed judgment. That's a given. That's what we have to do. He said also something very more profound. By the same judgment you are judging others, you will be judged yourself. And that is, I think, I had this way back. That was, oh wow. I thought it was more Christian to have that kind of judgment. So I said and had this opinion that people that divorce, they were not really Christians. How could they be Christians and at the same time divorce them from their wife, their husbands and children also? So I'm now divorced, and I regret having passed that judgment before, because it's very true in that regard, that if you judge people to be non-saved, non-Christian, non-whatever, because they are doing something out of a necessity, that is a necessity of them, of their needs. I don't want to judge people when they are divorcing. No, it's not up to me. I have been judged myself for divorcing my wife, now my ex-wife. So I didn't want that to happen. course not, but it was out of a situation that no one seemed that did that kind of judgment. They didn't put themselves, or neither did they ask, Ole, what is going on with your life? How is your life with Solfrid? I couldn't answer those questions, but people never did really care. And those judgmental people, I was one of them. I was one of them before, and I'm also one of them today. That's why I have a ruling in my life that Shabbat is a holy day. It's holy for me, at least. I don't judge anyone else. And I think part of keeping that holy is by not judging others' belief, others' acts, others' thoughts, because it's part of their situation. So to say something very profound, it comes out like some artist, some profound artist. Someone said that Bob Dylan was the voice of the generation. And maybe so, because he obviously touched on some nerves, some spots that was up during those times. And he said that he didn't look at himself as a spokesman for the generation or something of that sort. No, he said, I'm just a singer and a songwriter, dance man, you see. So he had not this kind of view on himself at all, seemingly. And he was very distant from that kind of theme. But any which way, sometimes those big artists that have been dwelling with us up to now, sometimes they need their time alone in order to come out with something very, very realistic, very profound. They thought that Michelangelo and many others, Einstein and so on, had their time alone with the aliens, or someone that was impacting them in a profound way. And you see, there is, in the human psyche, there are so many obstacles that reject us and deny us the pure truth. So I'm a truth seeker, but you don't say something like that very lightly. You say it with grave seriousness, and it's very important to keep that in mind, that you are not the holder of the truth. You are not someone very God-given words to say or painting to draw. It's just out of pure creativity, and you should not take yourself to that extent serious that you are some holy grail. And people can't, I at least can't, be the holder of the truth. I can only as I have said before, I can only serve the truth as far as I can see. I can serve the truth. But how can you serve something that you don't understand? And that is the point. You can't really serve God or whoever that is that is beyond your comprehension. So, how can you come around? People idolize other people, and I told my neighbor here, the Christian community is idolizing people in the Christianity. So I get so sick. I get so sick of it. Maybe in a few years' time I will get so popular and get a so high income that everybody would envy me. But I don't really give anything of that, because my words is out of a pure inspiration that comes to my mind when I speak. So I can't really see in advance. I can't see in the past. It's just here and now. I don't write anything, and I don't want to push myself up to some degree of a unique entity. I'm unique in a sense that God made me like that. And maybe God also inspired me to say something here on YouTube and other places that is something people would really like to listen to. And I think in some regard that is true. People want to listen to me. And that is strange for me, coming to think about that, when people say, what you say is so and so. I can't refer to what they are saying. It's bullshit anyhow. But they say that they follow me and they listen to me, and if they have a bad day, they will listen and feel good afterward. And that is something serious matter, that I can be of any inspiration here, just talking with someone outside my ability to know who I'm talking to. But I like to put a smile on people's faces, and when we are talking about this serious stuff, which I'm talking about now, talking the truth and saying something profound. It's not here. It's not with me. But in some degree, it's there too, because you have to push away the need of judgment, the need of the personal defense. Why do we need to defend? In order for us to judge. Maybe nothing, or 0.1% is out of some need of defense, because people do bad stuff. People do bad stuff. And I was wrongly accused by my neighbor, seemingly so, because we have some renovation here, and the lady said to me that, the water and so, but I said, I'm not in charge here. I can't take any responsibility for this. Oh, what? So I got a little bit aggravated because of that kind of intentional accusation of me having something to do with when the water is coming. I have no clue. I'm not in charge, and I'm not God. People think so much of me in some extent. Yes, so they can accuse. They can talk with any people. Yes, in order talk with them as they accuse them of something. They want to simulate how they want to attack enemy of theirs. So I would say like this and that, and you should know that I can beat you down. And that is, you see, people need some outlet of that anger. And that is why people are in defense. That is defense, and that is also at the same time quite a bit of a judgment, a judgmental attitude. So we judge because we need to defend. And there is so many aspects of that. We are judging because we are afraid to lose, afraid to be wrong, be lost, I don't know. It's a lot of things regarding judgment that we have reasons for. And one day we can let go. We can let go of that kind of judging attitude and just be in the moment of now. So you see, when things are a little bit tense, it's hard to really relax and say, Ole, what's the problem here? Can't you just relax? Can't you just be happy? And I would love to embrace that, but in the fight, in the heat of the fight, it's so hard to let go of something that you are very troubled by. So, excuse me, my friends, I have been judgmental, I have done that, and we have to come to terms with it. We need to hear ourselves say, we don't need to judge. All the time we can use the Shabbat to let it pass. And people will oppose. People are in need of judgment. And people will, why when we are telling the truth, why is everything stagnant? Why is everything as it's fixed in time? I think that's that have to do with the eternity of truth. The truth that is tapped into, when you are tapped into the eternity, that have no time, that is beyond time, that you are tapped into some eternity, some eternal power switch, that you can say something which is profoundly true. I had this experience many times when I was growing up. My environment was quite deceitful. Maybe it was very judgmental too. And when I said something, the time stood still. And people were accusing me, attacking me. So you mean that? No, I don't mean that. I just meant what I said. That is, it can be hard to be in that spot for a long time. And I was in that spot for a very, very long time. And people were making me to a laughingstock, and they couldn't get grips of that kind of figure that had to have to do that. People was afraid of going out there because everybody knew what the fact was, but people were afraid, cowardly afraid. And when you meet that kind of people, or if you are that kind of minded, you should be really respectful for those that dare that, because it's hard to be out there spit and stoned and Yeah, Lazarus in the Bible was stoned at. He was spit and stoned at for saying something profound, what he saw in the heaven above, in the eternal, the power, the entity of eternity. So when you are in that spot, you have to really be respectful when people are talking the truth. Be respectful and be obedient. Don't reject, don't deny. Only the leftists do that. The atheist doesn't mind, but the leftists are of ill will. They are fighting with all the weapons to prove the Creator wrong, but they don't have any clue about the Creator or something, because they are lost forever. What does this end up to be as a talk? The truth is hard. We have need of judging, but we doesn't really judge ourselves. Why don't we judge ourselves? Because the case is very obvious. We can't come around ourselves not doing what we are engraved to do, inborn to do. It's part of our nature to judge. And I have realized that for a long, long time. But still I'm judging. Still I'm doing it. Still I'm unjust with my judgment. It's not just to judge when you are in the same shoes now that those that you passed judgment to before. So the same judgment you will judge other will be passed on you too. So be a little bit more calm, more tolerant to other people. There is so many things today that is up and about. And I think it has been grown into the Christianity attitude or a mentality that it is just very right to judge everything, to be sinful, to be wrong. But can't we just let that be up to God? Let it be to the Creator. He created everything, and maybe the Creator just made it like that to disturb your direction in life, to disturb it a little bit, so you are so up and about this judgmental. But maybe the truth will find you too, so you can be at peace with your mind, with your belief. Because sometimes we can't protect. Part of judging is also trying to protect, to hinder, to defend, to do all that kind of stuff. So we foresee what the future will be, then we judge. But we can let that be up to the person in hand, and let it be a case, not between you that are outside. You have to admit that sometimes you are outside the case. You are not involved. It's not about you at all. It's something between the person involved and maybe also another person or his Creator. So let it be. Let it be. Be at peace with who you are. Part of that judging is also not coming to grips with who yourself are. So get your act together and be at peace with yourself, my friends. Shabbat Shalom tomorrow, and we will say good night.